The sun's out today, even though it said it was supposed to rain actually all this week, and it actually says it's supposed to rain the next few days again. Maybe it's wrong, who knows, although there are a lot of clouds in the air. And what's going on today? I guess the first thing is just looking at that shipment progress. Apparently it's at Salt Lake City, Utah at the moment. It does say estimated to arrive at what, May the 5th? I know previously when I sent it, it was scheduled to get there in about a week or so, but then they changed it, I guess. It was a lot faster than expected, so we'll see. And what did I read today? I guess this was interesting. More schools basically adopting some kind of program for things like drones. This one says, Racine High School drone program is ready for launch. Imagination is taking off at Racine High School. Saying, quote, well, this is the future of technology. These drones aren't going anywhere. Aviation teacher at William Horlick High School, James Bushelt, said. Horlick High School is about to launch a new drone course. It's still a pilot program, but it should be offered full-time to students in fall. Horlick High School has multiple real-world based curriculums called academies. In the fall, the drone course will be available to students in the aviation pathway. And the goal of this, according to this article, is this is supposed to help them, I guess, get their 107 license. That's how it's managed in the US with things like the FAA and all that. It says major companies are coming out with drone technology, police, fire, and starting to use drone technology, and it's engaging to the students. They have a real interest in learning about this technology. And it says there they got about $6,700 in terms of a grant to help run it, and they show all the drones and stuff, like some of them that they have. Just looking at this, looks like there's a mix of DJI stuff, even Parrot drones. Yeah, at first I went in the corner, I was looking at it, I was like, is that a Mavic? I think that's the quote. I guess people are dumb as the fake Mavic Pro one because it's so small. And the other ones looks like it's mostly, anyways, like Telos and stuff like that. And this got me to think because it says here the cool factor gets students interested and hopefully inspires them to explore an industry they didn't think of before. Kind of reminds me of the Canadian Armed Forces individual, if you guys remember, where he was saying he wanted to, I guess, learn about drones, introduce it to his cadets and all that because they thought it was really cool and stuff as well, where apparently at first when he's introducing them just to traditional, I guess, manned aircraft and stuff, it's one of those, okay, like you've seen it and all that, but the second you mention drone, I guess they get excited. So that's basically good, I guess, if people are actually motivated to learn about it. But thinking about this too, it says, quote, the whole premise of the academy was to get kids real-world experience in hard-to-employ career fields. Real-world experience. That kind of reminds me how before all these over-the-top regulations and stuff like that, that's what you actually do in terms of, I guess, real-world experience. They're talking more about jobs, but in my opinion, you need to get out there, fly it, and try it. But you restrict every single person, even flying things like toys. How can actually anyone ever get that type of experience, so to speak, right? And with that, I was reading how in Australia, they're trying to make it easier to fly drones, I guess, although this is specifically for commercial people. It says, drone trial to cut red tape. An important step in cutting red tape for commercial drone operators is about to be taken. A trial of streamlined approval process for commercial drone flights near 3 capital city aerodromes will start in May 2021. It means remotely piloted aircraft operator certificates holders will be able to apply through a CASA verified drone safety app for approval to fly in designated areas within 3 nautical miles of the aerodromes. The digital and automated process will reduce application processing times from weeks to minutes. So I guess it's supposed to be like that Nav Canada thing that's supposed to come out here soon, where instead of going through all this process, filling out those forms and all that, saying, oh, I want to fly here, here's my operation, you should be able to theoretically use some kind of app, for example, saying, I want to fly here right now. And it should instantly say, okay, good to go, unless it's something really, I guess, crazy that you're requesting. And there is the question about cost. Is it going to cost people money? And this one here says, it's free to take part in the trial and any authorizations issued will be free of charge with no limits on the number issued. We will automatically approve requests that meet the criteria, saving operators time and money. And it will run for 6 months, it says, starting May 2021. So it does say it's free in the trial, so who knows if they'll actually charge people money afterwards. My hope is that's not how it's going to be afterwards. You make all these apps and all that, and then you start charging people, I don't know, money, just to kind of like, remember that other story about that app saying, oh, they want to basically introduce landing or whatever and takeoff fees and stuff like that. Is that the next thing now? People are selling courses to make money, which they don't even really teach you how to fly safely. And then afterwards, people are gonna sell you apps for money or stuff like that, just to manage, I guess, your drone flights. I mean, if anything, if one of the goal is to actually encourage people to use this, like kids and stuff like that, then that should be a focus too. Making sure commercial interest isn't, I guess, overlapping all this stuff to the point where they just can't do it because it'll be out of reach to the point where it'll be no difference than, I don't know, a traditional helicopter or something like that in terms of price and stuff. Alright, see you guys later.